Sioux County 911. You need to let me know what's going on.
I'm in an accident.
How many vehicles and how many people are hurt? Two people. Two vehicles?
I can't move.
Okay, are you trapped in the car?
Yeah.
Okay, is anybody in the other car hurt?
I'm bleeding.
Okay, is anybody in the other car hurt?
Yes, my brother.
Okay, in the other vehicle?
Yes.
He's in the other vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Right in this vicinity, and it was simply a case where Matt had just left the family farm a half-mile north of here, and Melissa was on her way home, and they met at this hill crest. Unfortunately, they didn't see each other and met and turned into a head-on collision.
I remember seeing Matt like through the windshield or whatever and knowing it was him.
And I was bleeding everywhere, and I woke up and I could hear my sister just screaming, Matthew, and just screaming like so much pain. So then I wake up and I had my head stuck out the window, and I could see my dad's car, and he was coming up, and he could hear it from 3/4 of a mile away from the house. And
you can hear that noise when two train cars bang together. And it sounded like that, but I never heard the whistle or nothing. Then I figured, oh, heck, I suppose I better just drive down there and see.
He didn't know who to go to. He was running between the two and making sure that Matt was okay and I was okay.
The odds were against them, and as you know, the human body can be very frail, but at times it can show us that it can be strong too.
Once we're en route, we knew that the other aircraft was coming, that there was a second aircraft coming from Rochester as well, that we were both going to be coming. And then we didn't know that they were related actually until we got on scene and kind of got the story from the folks at the hospital there.
All right, we're here. We're going to get you out, okay? A couple bumps coming up.
You know, as we're transporting, we're assessing, doing things, and then we want to give the hospital here as much of a heads up as they can so that they can get the right folks prepared and ready.
We receive a bit of a pre-alert that these patients are coming so that we can assemble a team in the emergency room and prepare. And we receive some information about their vital signs and a little bit about the circumstances of the accident. But we assemble the team and then we get ready.
When they arrived in the emergency room, as always, the trauma team mobilizes so quickly, it's amazing. It's like a wave of people coming in. So there are the trauma general surgeons, the orthopedic surgeons, the urologists, you name it, they're there.
We have to assemble two separate teams in the midst of a busy emergency room and then coordinate their care and bring to bear the resources that are necessary at the same time for two critically ill patients. When Melissa arrived, she had stable vital signs but was in a lot of pain. It was clear that she had broken bones in her lower extremities and at her hip. Matthew required quite a bit of resuscitation and intervention when he first got there. They both underwent an extensive radiology or x-ray evaluation to look for signs of bleeding and internal hemorrhage.
When the body goes through that much stress, other things happened.
Matt was in a very critical situation. His blood oxygen level was at a dangerously low level, and also his heart function was inadequate. So the concern was that he was imminently going to die.
There was a rapid escalation in the amount of care that he needed.
Adjusting his mechanical ventilation, providing some volume, altering some of the vasoactive heart medications that we were able to give. That combination of things seemed to get him out of that dire strait.
I had no idea I was in a coma, and then I started looking around and I see Valentine's Day cards on my Valentine's Day. I'm like, when was that? You know, because the accident was on February 6th. So Valentine's Day was a couple days ago. How long have I been sleeping for?
When I came around the corner into Matt's, he said, "Hi, Mom." I mean, it's like, it's indescribable how the first words again. I mean, he had a long way to come yet from there, but he was talking, and he was ours again.
I got to hold his hand again, which was amazing.
To have doctors that, they're so talented, you know, that's the one thing that I liked about being up there was it's not just a fix-em hospital, it's a teach-you hospital. And the doctors would, and it didn't matter how long it took or where they were headed, they always made sure I understood what was happening and where they were going and what it was going to do next. And that puts your mind at ease a lot.
I was involved with their care for about the next 10 days. They did transfer after about 3 weeks in the hospital to the rehabilitation unit in St. Mary's Hospital, and they were there for several days, each of them.
The rehabilitation actually started probably the second or third day they were there. They started recreational therapy with Melissa. She was day 3 in intensive care, and the recreational therapist came in and started diverting, and the OTs and the PTs were there right away, seeing what could be done, what couldn't be done.
One of the really great things about working at Mayo is that we have a beacon, we have a guiding light, and that light is patient comes first. We do whatever it takes to help out the patients.
I do remember sitting there thinking I could never do this anywhere else, and it's kind of, if you're what we do, it's nice to be able to sort of like do what you can do.
It all just fell into place as it needed to be. It was nothing short of a miracle.
The care was amazing. They just, if you needed it, they got it. They didn't even think twice about it. And made me feel good to be there, I guess.
I'm thankful. I mean, I appreciate everything more in my life, 100 times more now. I mean, I slow down, I look at things, I appreciate them. It's kind of what you do, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely changed the way you look at every day. You look at it a whole different respect and
cherish each other.
know that you're living each day.